What was it like Monday at the premiere with an entire audience of Broadway reacting to a movie musical about Broadway?
It was very, very special, very, very naked feeling, very, very, all the things. It was a whole kind of roller coaster of feeling, but ultimately it was a beautiful thing that we got to, bring John some more life, and spread his ripples a little bit further into the world, and honor him. That's what it felt like. It felt like we were kind of communing with John and celebrating him and all of the work that the crew and company had done to make this possible. It was really spectacular. It was very, very exciting.
Well, I think because the reactions, right, to all of Broadway in the movie as well is something that people weren't anticipating.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It was very, very fun and enjoyable to hear the gasps and the recognition, and also, the life of someone who's trying to make it. I think everyone in that audience had a personal, like, it was everyone's story, like those moments where you think you're so close and then it doesn't happen. It's such a profound thing.
What has Julie Larson said to you about your portrayal of Jonathan?
I mean, so much. We've had such a wonderful opportunity to connect, and he's been a big part. Julie has been a big part of this experience for me in terms of its meaning, and it's the highest compliment I can receive, that she says that I'm now part of the family, whether I like it or not, and that I'm intrinsically linked to her and her family forever. And I just feel so grateful that she feels like the spirit of her bro has been honored. That's the best thing.
You've said many times in interviews that John is like a long lost brother to you, but would you consider, now that you can sing, continuing his legacy in the musical theater world?
I would love to keep singing. Yeah, I would love to keep doing musical theater. It's something that I didn't know I wanted to do until Lynn suggested it, and it kind of has become a dream that I didn't even know I had. So I thank Lynn for that, and I thank the community of musical theater people who have been so welcoming and so warm and so supportive. Like this whole company of actors, from Vanessa to Josh and Alex and Robin and Ben Ross and MJ Rodriguez. Like,
yeah,
I got jumped into such a great musical theater tribe, and I feel so, as I say, welcomed and inspired to continue to try to keep that instrument of my voice open enough where I can maybe, hopefully, sometime down the line, do a theater run of a musical that I connect with.
Is there something that has been on your bucket list forever that you were like, no, I don't sing, so I would never do it, but now that I can sing, what is it?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know about a bucket list, but to be able to play in a Sondheim musical, to be able to do Sunday in the Park with George or something like that would be a highlight of my life. If I could ever get to that place, it would be pretty remarkable to be able to attempt that.
Has Sondheim said anything to you about singing and Jonathan at all?
No, but what he did? He watched the film, an earlier cut, and there's a moment in the film where Sondheim, the character of Sondheim, leaves a voice message.
It's his voicemail. Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be at first. Bradley Whitford did as scripted and left a different scripted message on John's voice machine, and Sondheim had one note, and it was, well, I wouldn't say this. Can I write you something and then you can have Bradley say it, or and Lynn was like, well, just record it for me and send it to me. And he recorded what he recorded, and now that's in the film. So it's quite beautiful.
It is. And that is remarkable too, that he, was able to say something and have it in his words.
Yeah.
A legend. Was it nerve-wracking though to sing for the first time for Lynn when they finally found out that you couldn't sing?
Yeah, of course. I was in perpetual fear of being recast, which I think is usually what an actor feels until they feel like they're finding their feet. So for me, it was, but Lynn was always so encouraging, and I think there was really a testing ground period where I worked with Liz Kaplan and I worked with Lynn's musical team, and over the course of the first few weeks, just to see where I could go vocally, and if I, given the time we had, if we could calculate the runway that I had versus where I was as a singer, where I needed to get to. And I trusted them. I really trusted Liz Kaplan and Lynn and his whole team, because they just know better than me.
I saw in that Netflix video that you were singing a lot of Singing in the Rain in the pandemic to continue vocalizing, right? Because here you were, you practiced for the film, then the film stopped rolling in March, and then you had to keep up with it to start over again. What were, was that one of the practices that you needed to do to keep on with your vocal exercises, was sing show tunes?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I would still do my vocal warm-ups and sessions over Zoom with Liz Kaplan every couple of weeks, just to keep the instrument open and moving, and the muscles moving and the voice lubed up. But it was a weird time for sure. But yeah, I definitely found myself nervously singing more than I probably should have. But yeah, it was so lovely just to have great musical theater as company during that time. Like, it's we were all going through it, so that was one of the wonderful things about the art that was surrounding me during those early days of the pandemic,
to keep you going.
Yeah,
right? To keep all of us going.
Definitely.
If there was a concert tomorrow and you could sing a show tune that wasn't from Tick Tick Boom, what would it be?
Ha. Oh man, Finishing the Hat from Sunday in the Park with George. That's just that one. That one's always just kind of on the tip of my heart. So yeah, that's such a beautiful song. I would need some practice, so I'm not prepared right now, but yeah.
Okay, good to know. And who did you geek out the most having on set for the Sunday Diner scene?
It was Bernadette. I think it was Bernadette Peters, not to just keep it in that line of answering. But she's, and Cheetah Rivera, and well, everybody, the Schuyler sisters, Beth Malone, who's a friend of mine, Brian Stokes Mitchell, who's just a legend, everyone, and the original company of Rent, those guys, and oh man, just so many. It was hard not to be overwhelmed those days.
It was stunning and breathtaking to watch myself, not knowing what was coming. So yeah, that was incredible. I do have Bernadette on my wall behind me.
Oh wow!
You can't see it because it's kind of far away, but
oh cool.
But anyway, yeah. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for chatting with me, Andrew. I know Thanks. It's been a whirlwind, and as a musical theater fan myself, I'm looking forward to that performance of Sunday in the Park with George whenever it.
That's sweet of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.